Hi, welcome to step one, accountability. So what does accountability really mean? To be accountable is to be liable. And I guess we're all very aware if we're in a workplace that we will have accountabilities, responsibilities, and be liable for certain areas of our job. So to be accountable in terms of beginning to live a peaceful life is to accept responsibility and liability for the life you are living, for the results you are achieving, for the character you are developing, for the life you are creating. And sometimes to be accountable and to reflect back and see perhaps where you're not accountable is a very useful tool. It's only in being accountable and being liable for your life that you are able to make choices that serve you and take you forward in your life. If for whatever reason you feel you don't have responsibility and you are not liable, that outside forces control you, that other people have influence over you, that you are not able to make choices in your current situation, these are all very disempowering, and not being able to make your own choices means that you are always at the whim of other people's wants and needs and desires. So the first part of looking at being accountable is really about you starting to look at the areas where you give your power away, where you let other people take charge for your life, where you allow other people to influence and direct your life, and where it's really about you looking at what the life is that you want and how you can take that power back. This isn't about a blame game. This isn't about thinking that you have done it wrong. This is about you gaining back your independence, your sovereignty over your life, honouring yourself, what's important to you. Being accountable puts you in the driving seat of your own life. And initially, when you are bringing back accountability to yourself, it can be quite a difficult process. You may have to change how you interact with other people. You may have to confront situations that haven't really been helping or serving you. You may have to let people go who you dearly appreciate, but for whatever reason, it's taking you out of your own boots, as I put it. Being accountable for yourself and liable for yourself puts you firmly in your own boots. You walk your own path. You do so with confidence, and you do so for yourself, for your soul, for your spirit, for creating the life that you want to live. This isn't about being selfish. This isn't self-serving. This is about you really fully honouring all of who you are, your passions, your purpose, what you want for yourself, what you want for your life. We only have one life. It sounds so cliched, but it's so true. And it's only when we get a wake-up call. So, for example, for myself, I ended up with a cancer diagnosis. It starts to bring your mortality into focus, and you start to question, am I living the life that I want to live? Is this life for me? Am I pleasing other people, overdoing what I want for myself? You know, we all have to live in community, with families, with friends. All of that is fine, but when you are sacrificing your own wants, needs and desires for what you feel is the good of others, ultimately you are only living a life half-lived while everybody else is living their fullest life. So this first step, taking accountability, is doing a little bit of a stock check on the life that you have, looking at your relationships, your work life, your appreciation of yourself, knowing yourself. Do you know yourself? Is that something that you need to review, be accountable for? Do I really know what I like and what I want for myself? So this first step is probably quite a big step because it takes you onto your own path, but it can all be done at your own pace, and it's only the first part in a bigger process in living peacefully. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed by this, okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you to get yourself ready for the first activity. Getting ready for an activity, the downloadable attachment, print it out if you want to, or at least make notes of what it looks like, draw it out for yourself. And as you go through the activity, take your time. There's no race with this. This is about really sinking into self and understanding and learning where you're at. Okay, so when you're ready, don't be distracted. Make sure you've gone to the toilet and you've got yourself a drink, and give yourself time to go through the next activity. We're going to look at responsibility and accountability.